Welcome to Raw Talk. As always, there's going to be a link down below in the description box to credit WWE for piecing this beautiful article together for me. So we started up with JD McDonough, who is an interesting character that I don't know too much about. I do believe he comes from NXT. Like I said, I haven't really watched that show, just no time. Interrupts the Judgment Day with the whole delivering of the message from Finn Balor. I'm not really buying that whole thing. You're in a small stadium. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I have a message. Well, then deliver him a message. They could easily find each other. They all have their own locker rooms. But anyways, I'm just sharing my thoughts. That's what it is. It's kind of opinions, sort of a highlight recap. I don't even really know technically what this is, but that's what that is. Sami Zayn launched a counterattack on McDonough with no resistance, which is very interesting because of the whole shoulder thing. Apparently, it was some kind of fluid buildup, and it doesn't appear that he fully tore his tricep, because if he had done so like John Cena did, he wouldn't be in action. So it was nice to see him. I don't know how long they're going to hold the titles for, because as you can see with Chelsea Green, she was pretty much like forced to vacate them or something. We'll get into that in a moment though. So can't wait to see Kevin Owens. Sammy also defeated JD McDonough, which made him look very strong because of the injured shoulder and the whole thing. This is a good match. JD is pretty good. He's a little weird. I say that about sometimes people that are somewhat relatively new to me. I always find them weird and, what are you doing? It should have been, somebody else in there. But I'm starting to warm up to him, unlike Cameron Grimes. I mean, he's really good too. But again, maybe I need to someday look into NXT a little bit. I don't know. So this part was really, really funny. Piper Niven, who used to be known as Dewdrop, which it was such a stupid fucking name. Piper Niven is definitely a better name. And this was absolutely hilarious because Chelsea Green was going to hold like this whole, Got Talent show and audition for people to be her tag team partners so they could start defending the championships. I don't know why they have that, because as far as I know... Oh, no, that's right. See, I'm getting confused. I'm sorry. Yes, Sonya Deville really is injured. That's right, torn ACL or something like that. She could be out for quite a few months. It's going to be interesting to see where Piper Niven and Chelsea Green go. I think that's going to be an interesting dynamic. I like Piper. I think this could really be something. I can't wait to see, like, moving forward, if this is actually going to be a thing. I have no idea. Maxine Dupree slapped Ludwig Kaiser during the heated exchange. What was dumb about that is he's been going after her like, oh, you need to be with the European AAA aesthetic, or however he talks. This isn't supposed to be a talent show where I try to imitate him. She's not into him. So why would he pursue that? I've never done that. I'm just like, bitch, I'm moving on to the next one if somebody's not interested in me. So again, to me, I just didn't really buy that. I just really didn't get it. But scripted, nonetheless, not really all that believable. Then we had Chad Gable defeating Giovanni Vinci, which again, sometimes I forget just how talented he is, only because we never really hear from him or see from him in terms of wrestling. And sometimes we do, but very rarely on a one-on-one. He held his own quite well, and it was simply nice to see. I wish we could see more of him instead of always Gunther and Ludwig. Ludwig is so tiny, he's like an earwig. I had to say that because it rhymes. I've been dying to say that, like, for quite a few weeks now. Intercontinental Champion Gunther defeats Otis. This was really, really neat because it just shows how dominating Gunther is, even if you may not look it in the sense of like compared to somebody like Brock Lesnar and all that. He's got a good build, don't get me wrong, but he is deceptively strong. When he picked up Otis for that power bomb, that was like quite something there. I'm going to refer to my notes really quick. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I have no shame. Piper Niven, Chelsea, Maxine Dubé. Okay, yeah. Don't ask. I had typed a couple of things because sometimes these shows are really long and I want to make sure I don't forget any little intricate detail that goes on in a show that I want to talk about. Yeah, so that was good. Now, the whole Drew McIntyre, Matt Riddle thing, I mean, that's pretty cool. Where Matt Riddle calls on Drew McIntyre to be his partner. And he doesn't let, Drew McIntyre get a word in. And Drew's like, yeah. Now, at first, we didn't know if he was actually going to come out. This was that moment, and I don't know if you were like this too, where I was like, oh my God, I really want it to be Randy Orton to come out, right? Because think about it. Riddle, I had to look the name up for a second. Matt Riddle comes out on his own. Then the Viking Raiders come out. And the card showed question mark, like it wasn't for sure, because Drew said, if you can't find anybody, then fine, I'll come and maybe help you out. Maybe I'll come out and help you out. So I was really, really hoping for Randy Orton. That would have been like the ultimate scenario for that. But naturally, it didn't happen. This was a good match. This is their second win now, and I think they are going to try and go for the tag team titles, I think like next week or something like that. But then the New Day got in and they're like, hey, what about us? What are we, chopped liver kind of thing? And I do like the New Day. I didn't like the whole pancake thing. I have to admit, though, I like the New Day. Yeah, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston. Maybe they'll get another tag at the titles. Another tag at the title. Wow. Maybe they'll get another crack at the titles at some point. But I don't think I'm ready to see KO and Sami Zayn drop the belts. But I really do want to see them ununified. That I want to see. And then I'd be okay with, like, the New Day or something. Or maybe Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle becoming the tag team champions of one belt. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, holding on for a little bit longer, another belt, right? And then maybe at like Survivor Series, I don't know. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass here. Randy Orton comes out and goes, what happened to us? Because even during his promos, Riddle's always like, my good bro, fucking Drew McIntyre, my bro. He no longer talks about Randy Orton. I kind of fizzled out really quick there. Oh, man. I really do miss RK Bro. I really, really do. I think they were incredible. And in real life, it really did revitalize Randy Orton. Not that he was getting bored or anything like that, but I really feel like Riddle was rubbing off on him in a really, really good way. And it was just really nice to see. Only time will tell if they will ever get back together. I really hope that they do. But for now, a Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre, I'm on board with that. I mean, if they're not going to be singles competitors, I have no idea. And the Viking Raiders too. I have to admit, the more I watch them, even though I'm not like emotionally invested in them, they're a pretty decent team. I mean, they're solid workers. They're quite capable. They seem to be safe workers to work with, able to take bumps, sell moves, all that stuff. There's a lot more than just what you see, on the screen really quick when it comes to being a good superstar, right? Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley defeated Indy Hartwell. Where's the little, the little snippet picture of that? Well, we'll talk about it. So this one, they kind of hyped her up. They had the little vignette thing of Indy Hartwell from NXT, quite a capable competitor. Ultimately, in the end, when she came up against Rhea Ripley, it made her look weak. Didn't give her a first good impression. And it just made Rhea Ripley even look more dominating, which was probably the point. It was was it her in-ring debut? I'm not going to lie. Was it Indy Hartwell's in-ring debut on the main roster, that is? I think it might have been. And that was sacrificed to make Rhea Ripley look even more dominating than she already is to begin with, which I thought was a little bit weird because we don't need to be sold extra on it. We already know how amazing she is. And then World Heavyweight Champion in an odd twist of events. Yeah, that's the word I was looking to use. That was wild and not something you hear too often. Oh, you want to cheap shot me? Well, guess what? The only way I think I can get revenge is giving you that match, and it'll be for the title. I didn't see that one coming so easily like that. We saw Shinsuke in the suit, and then he cheap shotted Rollins again. I want to see that match, but I don't think we're going to see Shinsuke dethrone Seth. I don't know if they're going to have Seth become a champion for a super long time. I mean, it's not like I would mind it. I just hope, with all due respect, it's not like Roman Reigns long. Becky Lynch and Trish. This was, I mean, we've seen stuff like this before in the past, but because we're in Winnipeg, Canada, I don't know. Trish is Canadian from Toronto and all that. Becky Lynch and Trish ended up in a double countout. I thought this was pretty good up until, of course, Zoe Stark had to show up at the end there. But they took it backstage, up the ramp and all that. I thought that was pretty neat. You don't see that occurring too often. But it did. Match was all right. It wasn't too bad. Like I said, Trish can really go. You wouldn't think that she's 50. I mean, 50. Like, she's in better shape and performs in the ring and talks on the microphone better, literally, no exaggeration, than most of the locker room. For real. I'm not biased, honestly. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then Cody Rhodes defeating Finn Balor. Man, that moment, that look on his face, and it looked so real too. Like it was believable. So yeah, Cody wins. Defeats Finn Balor. Was when, oh man, Damian Priest slides the briefcase in. Oops. Goes right between Finn's legs, and it gets passed to, I almost said Sami Zayn. To Cody Rhodes. Wow, that was just something. I think that might be something a little extra, because there's no doubt this is like the beginning of the end, or something between Finn Balor and the rest of the Judgment Day. I really hope he breaks out, becomes face again. I'm just dying to see it. And then, I don't know. JD McDonough is also a really good friend of Finn Balor. I think he's trying to get in the good graces and the good books of the Judgment Day. I wouldn't be overly opposed to him being in the Judgment Day, really. But then something happening and having Finn Balor break away from it. I really want to see it. I really, really do. But we didn't. And then in the end, with all the shit going on, Cody Rhodes getting banged around and Sami Zayn, and it went on for a good couple of minutes. All I could think about was, okay, we didn't get Randy Orton for the mystery partner for Matt Riddle. I was dying somehow that Brock Lesnar was just going to come out for a couple of moments, or maybe Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens, Canadian, Sami Zayn, okay? Canada, they're in Canada, right? It would have evened out the odds. I think it would have been an amazing pop had either of them come out, or imagine both. Whatever. Talking out of my ass, and I get it. But it didn't happen. It did not happen. But this was still a great match overall. And I just can't wait to see what more is going to develop with the whole JD thing, the Finn Balor thing, and all that. And I don't think there's anything else to talk about. No, we recapped that. Oh yeah, we didn't see LA Knight. We didn't see LA Knight, but we saw The Miz quickly in that little interview. Yeah, no, I did not miss anything. At least I don't think I did. Anyways, there you have it. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. And if you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. We'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off in your ass as always. And you'll wake up in the middle of the night to hearing Dominic Mysterio talking and talking while the boos drown out anything. A bomb could go off, you wouldn't hear it. Nope. It's unbelievable the heat that guy gets. Wow. If you want to subscribe, naturally, that'd be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. Excuse me. And maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.